This is KQED News. I'm Natalia Navarro. The last day to vote in the recall election is 1 week from today. Governor Gavin Newsom was in San Francisco today campaigning in the Latino community. KQED politics editor Scott Schaefer was there and joins us now. Scott, what was Newsom's message today in the Mission District?
Well, Natalia, he really focused on what's at stake in this election, in particular for the Latino community, but really for California at large. He's really trying to nationalize this election because if he is recalled, he'll likely be replaced by a conservative Republican, probably talk show host Larry Elder, who's leading in all the polls among the replacement candidates. And Elder's positions on things like mask and vaccine mandates are very different from where California is now, really much more like Texas and Florida. And in fact, Newsom talked about California going off a COVID cliff if somebody like Elder comes in and reverses a lot of the COVID policies that are in place now. He also emphasized with things that Elder has said recently about women, about abortion, even slavery. He was on a talk show host this past weekend talking about reparations for slave owners and their descendants. Really kind of wild things. But it's been a kind of a gift to Newsom because it has enabled him to frame this election basically as a choice between him and Larry Elder. And that is a match I think Democrats would like to have any day of the week.
So Latinos usually vote Democratic, at least here in California. Is Newsom worried that they might be supporting the recall?
Well, he should be a little worried. Some polls have shown that Latinos are, kind of divided on this, but not all the polls. In fact, there was one from the Public Policy Institute of California last week. They're really the gold standard for polls in California, and that one showed Latinos opposing the recall by about 2-1. The issue is, though, will they vote? And I put that question to somebody who was at the rally that Newsom attended today in the Mission District. Olga Miranda is president of the SEIU Local 87. They represent hotel and restaurant workers. And I asked her about that notion that Latinos have been slow to return their ballots. She really pushed back on that, and she, talked about one SEIU member who was there today.
He has his ballot in hand. He wanted to show the governor, I'm ready for you, right? And we take a lot of pride in that. We're not slow. We are very thoughtful who we will stand with. And that's one of the things that no politician can take Latino votes and our community for granted. And for him to be here and has stepped up for working families, union families, he stood up and protected us.
And Natalia, Latinos have been really hit hard by the pandemic, disproportionately so. And so voting might not be at the very top of their mind right now. And so that's one of the reasons Newsom was there today and why those volunteers were doing phone banking.
So tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris is going to be in the Bay Area to campaign with Newsom. What's the significance of that?
Well, of course, Kamala Harris is she's a local. She's from San Francisco. She's known Newsom since the days when he was mayor and she was the district attorney. She could be kind of a character witness for him, and it's about mobilizing Democrats, getting them to return those ballots. And her being here will get a lot of media attention, not just from local and state press, but national media as well. And it's really part of Newsom's effort to nationalize this campaign, reminding voters that Harris is the tiebreaker in a 50-50 divided Senate right now. And if, for example, Dianne Feinstein were to retire or leave office prematurely, Larry Elder would replace her if he's the governor, and he would certainly pick a Republican to do that. And so, that's really the message that Harris will deliver. And just to reinforce that, President Biden will be here on Monday.
Okay, thanks so much, Scott.
You're welcome.
That was KQED politics editor Scott Schaefer, and I'm Natalia Navarro, KQED News.